All right, just give me a few moments to set everything up and we will be starting very, very soon. Well, I hope you're all enjoying your day and welcome to today's stream. So sit back, relax, and in about a minute we will begin. All right, everything looks good to go. So let me swap over to the new scene. Hold on a second. Should be plugged in. Hold on a second. Let me go back. Something is not properly connecting. Yesterday's stream with this very, very cool package right here. So this is the Atlanta Photo Finish 3-way package that was, I only got this like a few weeks ago actually, so I have not shown this on the channel yet, but it is a very, very cool, I like this box. Just starting off here, I really like the packaging of this thing. When I first ordered this, when this race actually happened, I honestly thought it was going to come in like as 3 different boxes of like something like this, for example. I thought it was going to be 3 of these put in a box and it wouldn't be anything really that special. Luckily, I was proven wrong because these cards actually came in its own special little box, and although it's not as like flashy or creative as some others, it's I think it's really cool honestly to have a box that contains all 3 of these cards, all unique actually to this to the set. These are all race versions of these cars. And we'll start off here with the winner of the race, which is Daniel Suarez's number 99 Freeway Insurance car. If I can get the camera to focus in. There we go. So this is the blue, white, and partial green car of Daniel Suarez. This car honestly looks really, really good. I really like the colors of this thing. And it just looks, it's very simple, honestly, compared to some other cars that Trackhouse has ran before. But it just works. They've ran this car for 2 years now on the next gen, and they do a great job of filling in all the space of this car. This was the winner of the Atlanta race by, I want to say 3/1000ths of a second over Ryan Blaney, who we'll get to next. But the difference between this and the race-winning car that was sold by Lionel Racing that you can actually purchase is that this one does not actually have the, I don't know if the car had confetti, I don't think it did, but this one doesn't have the taco in the windshield, which, fun fact, is actually on the race-winning car. They put a taco piñata inside the windshield of this car, and Lionel Racing did take pictures of it and did include it in the actual diecast. So really, really cool to see this car. I like those little markings right here on the hood, and I don't exactly know what those are, but I think it looks pretty cool, honestly. So this is a really cool car. But the other one that I really like in the set is this one right here. This Ryan Blaney number 12 body armor for Dark Horse Mustang. So this was the second race of the season, and Blaney, who we all know, finished second in the championship to, I think it was, Logano, finished second overall, but this was probably one of the nicest cars that he ran during the season, honestly. I like the change that they made to the body armor car this season. It's just really simple, but yet it stands out. White, black, and it's like a hot pinkish color, honestly. But love the design of it. Love how they included the bottle in the middle right there. And this car would lose by 3/1000ths of a second over Suarez, and would kind of show how Ford will ultimately kind of struggle during the first, like, I want to say third of the season, and that they had so many close chances at winning a race, but yet it just kept falling apart each and every time. This was one of them. Blaney could have actually had, I think, a lot more wins if things didn't go wrong this year, but really cool car, honestly. And the one in the middle is kind of the most heartbreaking in this situation, is Kyle Busch's number 8 Cheddar's car. This is also a raced version, but this one also kind of hurts because for a Kyle Busch fan, which I am a big Kyle Busch fan, this was one of the many chances he had of continuing his 19-year win streak. And this was probably the closest of them. Or actually, no. Yeah, this is actually the closest that he had to winning a race. This and the Daytona race, which he also was driving a Cheddar's car in. So, really like the design of this. Black and like a darker orange color. Looks really cool. I've never tried Cheddar's because they're not in my area. Like, none within my area that's inside of like 100 miles or so. But if I ever saw one, maybe I'll have to try one out eventually. But really like the design, kind of the same as last year. I don't remember if there were really any major changes compared to this car last year, but really like it. Glad this packaging was actually made. I was kind of scared that it wasn't going to be made, but it's such an iconic moment from this year that it had to have made production. So really cool, honestly. Would recommend getting this if you haven't already, because it is technically a part of history now. A big part of NASCAR history. The closest 3-wide finish in NASCAR history. So really cool, honestly. Would recommend getting this. Alright, so we are going on to the next car, technically the beginning of the 5 for this stream. And if you're just joining the stream, welcome. I hope you're enjoying your day. And this is technically a subathon. Every subscriber gained is an extra diecast shown. And make sure you hit the like button, because actually every single like will be an extra 164 shown. So we'll have to keep checking that eventually, but we're going on to the next car of the first 5 that I will be showing off. And this is kind of an oldie, but it is a goodie for sure. If I focus in on here, there we go. This is a Dale Earnhardt Sr. number 3 Atlanta Goodwrench Olympics car, which is actually really, really cool to see, honestly. Or 1996, wow. I thought this was 2000. The Olympics took place at 1996. It was in Atlanta, Georgia. And this is an incredible looking car. I love the American flag design, the stars running down, the stripes, the red stripes running down the side as well. Is really, really cool. I like the packaging as well. The Olympic torches seen here with the Olympic rings, it looks really, really cool, honestly. Let's start off here in the front of the car. I'll just get a little bit of focusing in for you guys. Alright, there we go. So this is the front end of the car. You can see the Atlanta 1996 logo there. It is a very, very clean looking car, honestly. You can't really get any better than this. This is one of the many great looking cars that Dale Sr. drove during his career. What an incredible ride. What an incredible driver Dale Sr. was. Love the silver number 3. That is kind of reflective, actually. That is really cool as well. This was definitely a change from the previous Goodwrench number 3, the black number 3 that everybody knows. But it was definitely a warm welcome to actually be a special one-off. I don't know exactly what race. I'm guessing maybe this was actually driven at Atlanta, but I wouldn't necessarily know because I was not alive during that time. So really cool car, honestly. A kind of a random one. I don't remember exactly when or how I got this, but definitely worth checking out. If you love NASCAR, if you love history in general, and you like the Olympics, you should probably I would recommend picking one of these up for sure. So good car. On to the next one. All right. So next one is actually a promo car. So this one I got from the Daily Downforce, which was doing a exclusive. I want to say it was like a promotion for one of my favorite NASCAR YouTubers, Eric Estep, and they released a special 164 car to commemorate one of his events that recently happened. Like, actually, it was 2 months ago. Wow, time flew by. But this is the now defunct JD Motorsports. I think that's what their name was. This is a Dawson Cram number 4. I'd say groovy hollow / Circle B diecast car. It is definitely a strange one to have, actually. So this was a promo car. You only could get through the Daily Downforce, which I think they still have these up. Maybe. I don't know exactly, but this was for Eric Estep's annual Groovy Hollow Halloween event that he does on iRacing for charity. Really cool event, honestly. I love how on this car, see how like you can see the gravestones on this thing. Like the number 4 this year was actually Groovy Hollow 4, so I think that's one of the reasons why he decided to sponsor this car, is because this was the 4th edition, and JD Motorsports is one of the teams that run the number 4. So it's a really nice looking car. I love the different shades of orange that run down the side. The big moon that's back there in the background. It looks really, really cool, honestly. I love how the orange is kind of like, it fades into this darker orange that goes along the side here. Looks really, really cool. And also, I'm going to try and get a good angle of this, but you can actually see his face right there. So it's actually really, Eric Estep's face is on the hood of the car, which is really, really random. And we just gained a subscriber. That is an extra car that will be shown during the stream. I need to check the likes as well, because if we have some extra likes on this, then I'm definitely going to have to do some 164 reviews as well. So that will be a 124 scale car that I will also do an extra review on. So really, really cool car. Honestly, it is pretty nice to look at. Definitely, I have this one on display actually up there with my personal collection. So if they still have this, it's pretty random car to get, but it is a promo, so it might be rare in the future to have one of these. I honestly don't know how many were made, but definitely would recommend getting this. I think it does go towards charity as well, so it is going towards a good cause. So really like this car. I wish it ran on track, because this is actually a really nice looking car, but glad to have it in diecast form of a car that did run on iRacing actually. So technically this is an iRacing car, so would recommend getting this if you haven't, and it is another cool part of my collection. Alright, so we are continuing onward now, keeping up with the 164 trend here. So I'm debating on which Jimmy Johnson car to show next, but I think I'm going to start with the older one first. Not older by much, but it is about 3 years younger. It's from 2020, and this one has a really weird story to it. So I'll focus in on here. Alright, so this is Jimmy Johnson's 2020 Ally number 48. This is technically the white edition, yes. So let me explain a little story here. So back in 2020, which was Jimmy Johnson's final year of racing, he was having a kind of an abysmal year driving the black version of this car, which was it was all black with the purple running down the sides. I think as a good luck charm, they decided to change it to a white base, which kind of worked, because at the Daytona Road Course, which was the first race this car actually was introduced at, he finished, I think, 3rd overall. So this kind of did work, and you might recognize it's kind of the same color as the 2022 Alex Bowman car, which I would like to think that this was kind of the testing of the waters for that, because the front end of this car, the hood, it's the exact same, the Ally logo fading in. I'm quite certain that's the exact same as the Alex Bowman 2022 car. So on this thing, we have the bright yellow 48, which always just stands out on track. I really like, compared to the black car, honestly, I think the black one looks a lot better, because I feel like it works a lot better with purple than white. But I get why they changed it, because they thought it would be a good luck charm. Unfortunately, Jimmy still didn't make the playoffs that year. But overall, this is a really nice looking car. So definitely really random, honestly. This was the year where I collected almost every single Jimmy Johnson 164 during his retirement year. I have almost all of them, if I'm correct, except for one that was this car, but on a different, like, it was a different version of it. It had an extra logo or something. So didn't figure I'd collect that one, but most of them I actually do have. So it's pretty cool having all of them, but yet it's not really the same because he did end up coming back in a few years and he's still racing today. So we'll see if he has any more good looking cars. I know he did have one this this year that was actually pretty cool. It was the Phoenix finale one. I think he did. Yeah, it was that the finale that was a pretty cool looking design. But I heard it was actually a rip off of another design, but that's a story for another time. So really like this car, honestly. Like the black one more, but definitely cool. And as a Jimmy Johnson fan, I really, really cherish all of the cars that he's driven over his career. So, all right, let's see what we got in the chat real quick. Do you have the gold Kyle Busch 124? Yes, I do. I do have that car still. It is my prized possession. Don't ever plan on getting rid of that, honestly. I'll give you guys the hint at the next one. While I talk to chat real quick and check some more things out. So you can take a look at that real quick. Jim A. Yep, Jim A. You got a lot of Jim A's in the chat right here. Oh my goodness. I just actually kicked the camera. There we go. That's back to normal. Let me zoom back in for you guys. All right, there we go. So let me keep checking the chat. Let's see how many likes we've got. We did gain a subscriber, so that will be an extra 124 car added to the collection. Thank you, Mark Brown, for subbing. That is absolutely. I thank you for that a lot. And yep, we did gain another subscriber, so that is another 124. And you know what? For that, I will be showing off the gold Kyle Busch car as that extra car. So let's keep looking what we got here before continue onward. Let's see what we got. All right, we're at 6 likes, so I'm gonna have to keep going with this for a while. Actually, it looks like. So keep liking because that means there will be more cars to be shown off. So up to the next one, we've done 3 cars, so this would be the 4th, plus the extra 6 or so that have been added to the pile. So now we are going to be doing this one right here. So let me get. Looks good. All right. This is the 2023 Jimmy Johnson number 84 Carvana car. So this is the car that Jimmy Johnson made his return in 2023 with in a part-time role, but honestly, this is a pretty cool looking car. This is the year that the formerly known team, Petty GMS, turned into the Team Legacy Motor Club when Jimmy Johnson came aboard as technically a part owner as well. I think Richard Petty actually wasn't an owner anymore after this car came out. So this is technically Jimmy Johnson's return to NASCAR. He would run, I think, 2 races that season. He was going to run 3, but an incident happened during the week of Chicago that unfortunately made him not want to run that race. And it was completely understandable because it was pretty sad on what happened. Don't really want to talk about it here because it is quite serious, but this is a very, very nice looking car. I love how they technically incorporated the number 48 onto this car. You see 48, and then they just swapped the number over to 84 because Bowman was driving as the number 48 still. He still is. But this is a really nice looking car. I love the dark blue base with like the light blue curves running down the side of this. On the hood right here, let me focus in for you guys. Up. It kind of takes a while, so there we go. I love the dark blue base. The bright yellow 84 on the roof also makes it easier to see this thing on track. Same on the right side of the car as well. They did a great job filling in all of the space. The logo being curved definitely helps out a lot. Just gives it that extra know-how that they knew what they were doing with this car and that they were able to implement all areas of the car to have space filled so it didn't look empty. But of course, you got some little bit of extra space over there, but it's not really that big of a deal. So definitely really cool to have this. I pre-ordered this car exactly when it came out. And the next car actually technically has to do with Jimmy Johnson as well. So we'll get to that right now. This will be the 5th car, and after this we will be heading into the bonus round of cars that have been achieved by liking and subscribing. So after this we will be doing a 124 review because I've not done one at all, and I got some that I want to show off here. So this one, you might be wondering how this has to do with Jimmy Johnson, because it's just, this is the Kevin Harvick 2023 throwback that he ran at North of Wilkesboro. So as a final, in Kevin Harvick's final season ever, he was Stewart-Haas Racing was able to, I'm guessing, negotiate a deal with Richard Childress Racing to let Harvick use the number 29, the iconic 29 car that he drove during his first, I want to say, about 12 seasons in the NASCAR Cup Series, with the same font as well, the same kind of design, but with Busch Light as a sponsor instead. And they did one of the best jobs recreating a car I've ever seen. This is like I'd say this is a perfect recreation of such an iconic car that it works on all levels. Now, they did the exact same with the Budweiser number 4 as well that Harvick drove in his championship winning season in 2014. They did an incredible job with that. But this, honestly, I think they did a better job because they did a perfect job integrating all the logos, honestly. The Busch Light logo looks really good on this car. Integrated into that retro vibe. No blank sponsor space to be seen anywhere on this thing. It's on the side skirts right here, or above the side skirts, so you can see all the logos right there. Back here, you can't really see it, but there is actually a sponsor placed back there just to fill in every single crevice of this car, except for right there. But that I'd let them get away for that. They can't really put anything back there anyways. But what a beautiful car this is. Such an incredible design, incredible recreation. Love the red 29 on this car. It just works. And it's on the Ford Mustang body as well, which is honestly one of my... I might be biased because I am a Ford guy, but this is definitely one of my favorite, out of the three, definitely my favorite next-gen body for sure. Even before the next-gen, it was incredible to look at. The Dark Horse even solidified that even more, but really cool, honestly, to have this. But now let me get to the story with Jimmy Johnson. So, when I bought this, I did not actually plan to buy this car. Or I did. I purchased one of these from Lionel Racing beforehand. But I pre-ordered the Legacy Motor Club test car from the 2023 off-season when they were doing testing in Phoenix. I ordered that Jimmy Johnson test car. And Lionel Racing accidentally sent me this one instead. Which was really, really bizarre. Because I already had one of these and I just got another one. So I was wondering what to do with it, and then one of my cousins came over, so I actually gave it to him instead because I didn't have really any purpose for another one of these cars. Even though it looks absolutely incredible, I didn't honestly need it. So that's kind of the bizarre story that has with the Jimmy Johnson diecast that I showed earlier. But I did actually end up getting that test car through the last year's holiday calendar, so everything did end up working out in the end. And it is, what a beautiful car this is. I cannot specify how great this car is. Definitely recommend getting it if you love NASCAR history, because this was a perfect recreation of one of the most iconic cars that ran after or during the 2001 season. As we all know, Harvick ended up beating Gordon by, I don't even know how close of a finish at Atlanta. And it was one of the most special moments in NASCAR history. So, great car to have. And with that, we are going to be going into, technically I'd like to call it the extra innings portion of this stream. So, we have gained 2 subscribers during the stream, so we are going to show 2 124 scale cars. And we have gained, whoops, we're so good on that. Hold on, so we have gained, looks like 6 likes, so that will be 6 extra 164 cars as well. So make sure you're liking and subscribing because you might be able to get you might be able to see some extra cars showing off today. I got some right here that I have planned, but I always have a lot more that I can show off. So with that, we are going to begin with the next car of the stream. And this one, actually, it's one of the rarest cars I have in my entire collection. So I'd say second rarest, just behind the Kyle Busch gold car. Which, let me try and zoom out here for you guys. So this is what I'm talking about right here. This is the 2018 Kyle Larson McDonald's Trick Treat Win car in an exclusive flash coat flash color coat, or flash coat color technically. And this is also an autographed car. So this is one of 48 made. If I'm reading that correctly, yes, one of 48 made. It is one of the coolest cars that I have. So without further ado, let me show you guys what this car is. So this car, I think, was Larson ended up running this car at, I want to say it was Kansas in the playoffs. Yes, this was a playoff car. So this was a very, very special one-off that they did, and it is one of the best looking cars that I have in my entire collection as well. All right, so this is the car right here. You can see. We'll start here on the front end of it, and I will zoom in a little bit so you guys can see. All right, there we go. So right here, you can already see the front end. This thing is incredibly shiny. That's one of the things that I absolutely love with this car, is how the flash coat color absolutely just reflects off of this car, and also the autograph just adds to this car as well, because it is, love Kyle Larson's autograph. Honestly, it's one of the cleanest that he had, one of the cleanest in the entire garage. The only one that I personally like better is Kyle Busch's, because that's really Kyle Busch's autograph is really unique. But this is a really, really nice car. Honestly, I love the purple that morphs into the black here. This car ran during the Halloween season, and this was as Halloween as you can get. So I love the shininess of the purple on here. The black also just works with purple. Honestly, purple and black are two colors that work really well. And that's kind of the thing that I said earlier with this Jimmy Johnson car, actually, was that purple and black work a lot better than like any other color with purple, in my personal opinion. So it is a very, very nice car. The green, honestly, I wish the green was a different color, because this was during the Monster Energy era of the NASCAR Cup Series. So I wish this was the silver that we have on the modern day playoff cards, honestly. Like how it was, or actually no, it's yellow now, but I think yellow would have worked better than green in this case, or maybe it wouldn't have, because green kind of does resemble Halloween a little bit. So this car was before the next gen era, so there's really no empty spaces anywhere on this car. I love the numbers on the door. Honestly, it looks really, really good, and this car is actually very, very rare to have. So it is one of my prized possessions. Once I get a proper diecast case, I'm definitely going to put this in there, because right now I have singular diecast cases. Once I get a bigger one, I'm definitely going to put this in there, because it is one of my most prized possessions, and it is a very, very beautiful car. I love the flash coat on this. Let me see if I can get a good close-up image of this car. There you go. That's probably going to be the best I get. So it just is so reflective. It looks so good, honestly. I don't know what you guys think, but this is a really cool car. I also really like the front end of this car, how the black morphs into the purple. So really cool car. One of 48 made ever. So definitely an extremely rare car to have, and it is one of my prized possessions in my collection. So it is really cool. I'm trying to find the normal version of that car actually as well because it's extremely. I'm trying to find the normal version, but it's kind of rare. So trying to find it is gonna be a little bit pricey. So, all right. So that was the extra 124 car. We got still a little bit more to go. If you want to see more 124s, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Every single subscriber during this stream, will be an extra 124 shown. So we just did the Kyle Larson 2018 McDonald's car. We now will be going to another 124. Also, make sure you like the stream. Every single like will be an extra 164 shown off today. So 6 likes have been gained so far. So we are going to be showing another 164 car. This will be the first of the 6 unless we keep going up. So this is right here. This is the, let me zoom in, or let me get a little bit of focus here. I think that's good. Yep, there we go. So this is another bizarre one, but yeah, it's kind of cool actually. So this is Carl Edwards' 2014 Aflac number 99 Ford Fusion that he drove in his final season at Roush Fenway Racing. So I got this car for it was during a certain Black Friday sale, and I got this car for extremely cheap during a bundle that I was also getting with some other stuff. So, or actually, yeah, this car was extremely cheap. So I figured why not I get it. And I've already opened it to check it out because it kind of came opened a little bit, but I'll show you guys the car on stream because it is actually really, really cool. I love these. I haven't held a proper Gen 6 in a long time, honestly. So let me zoom. Let me get the camera focused for you guys. Let me see. Maybe back here. All right, there we go. So this is the Carl Edwards number 99. Something weird on this car that you may be able to see is that the front end of it is actually looks crooked. Like it looks off. Like the Ford logo and the Ford Fusion logo look off-centered. I think it is off-centered actually. So that's something kind of weird to note here is that it's not exactly a perfect replica. I know that they had some problems during this time with the 164 cars, so it's definitely, or with the 2014, 2013 cars, because they were just getting used to the new mold, so it was definitely something weird to have. And this car, though, looks really cool nonetheless. So I love the Aflac wing. Like, this is supposed to be the wing on the side. I love how the green it doesn't look out of order. It doesn't look out of the ordinary. It works really well, honestly, on this car. I love the 99 font, and I wish that Roush would bring it back, but I don't think they really are. So I don't think they plan to ever. So it's a really nice looking car, honestly. I like how they use the Aflac duck right here to cover in some of the empty space. I like the Aflac logo as well. I know they just came back recently in the Truck Series, so hope that they make some more appearances, especially in the Cup Series. A throwback to Carl Edwards from Roush Fenway nowadays would be absolutely insane. So it's a really nice car, honestly. I don't know if that's... I think that might be some paint chips right there. I don't think that was on the original car. So this car does have some issues with it, but it was insanely cheap. So not really complaining about it at all. I love the way the Gen 6 looks. The Ford Fusion body. Definitely one of the more bizarre, but it looks really good nonetheless. So I'm going to keep this car actually in the background so you guys can kind of see it every once in a while. But if you're just tuning into the stream, welcome. I hope you are enjoying your day. This is a subathon / like-a-thon, I guess you could call it. So every subscriber gained will be a 124 diecast that I will review on stream. And every liked gained will be an extra 164 car that I will show on stream. So let's see what you guys have been saying so far. Kyle Larson is one of my least favorite NASCAR drivers in my opinion. Well, you know what? That is absolutely fine. And someone else asked, if that is Kyle Larson, why does it have number 42 on it? So, all right. A little bit of a history lesson here. So, in case you haven't been watching for a while, so this car is the car that he's talking about right here that I just showed off. So, this is the Kyle Larson's number 42 that he drove in 2018. So, before Kyle Larson became as big as he is now at Hendrick Motorsports, he drove at Chip Ganassi Racing from 2014 to 2020. He was supposed to stay there for longer, but he did something that I don't really want to talk about on stream because it would definitely get me banned. So this was ran before he went to Hendrick Motorsports in 2021. So it's a really, really cool car, honestly. But before he went to number 5, he was in the number 42 with Chip Ganassi, and that's why this is a Kyle Larson car. You can actually confirm it is, because first of all, go to the back rear end right here. On the rear deck lid or on the rear window, this is, there you go. So this says Larson right here, which is Kyle Larson. Another way you can check it is right here on the roof railing, which, here you go, guys. I'll try and show you it. It's kind of hard to see, but that does say Kyle Larson on there. And also the third reason why is because that is his autograph, and that this is his car. So this is an actual Kyle Larson car. So this was before he went to Hendrick, and I hope that clears up some of the confusion that you may have. All right, so keep your questions coming if you have them, and we are going to move on to our next car, which I'll keep Carl. I'll keep Carl there. He deserves to be there. So we've done. Let's see. We've done 2 cars. So I still have a 124 to go, and I still have a couple 164s that I need to show off. 5 more. Make sure you guys are liking and subscribing. You want the stream to keep on going longer than you want. Better like and subscribe, because these are some cool cars I'm showing off today. So, next up is another 164 here. I'll move the camera a little bit downward so we can get a better view. Maybe a little bit of zooming in right there. And I'll position it a little bit better. Alright, so this is the next car right here. This is a Kyle Busch number 8 McLaren grills. And no, this is not based on McLaren, the car company or F1 team. But this is the 164 car that Kyle Busch drove and won at Talladega. So, really, this is I think this car was he ran this car like a couple times in 2023, and then they left, so it's honestly like a really bizarre situation that happened with this company. I don't know what exactly happened, but nonetheless, they did, in their few starts in 2023, they did go to victory lane. It was at the most unlikely of places at Talladega Superspeedway. So let's start off with the car itself before moving on to the actual, the confetti, I guess. Is that you can see it starts with a black base. You can see the grill back here, which is also really cool. But you have some, looks like some silver parts right here. I don't know exactly why they put that there, but you got some silver lines going down the side. Let me focus in so you guys can see a little bit better. All right, there we go. So we have some red stripes going down. The McLaren grills, I love how they put it right here. Again, filling in any space that you have is one of the best things that the designers can do. You can see the logos down here also fill in some space, but the roof of this car right here is fully covered in confetti, white, blue, and green. This was Kyle Busch's first win at a super speedway since, I think it was 2008, if I remember correctly. This was his second win at Talladega since 2008, so I know that. But it is a very, very nice car. Honestly, love the amount of confetti on this car. Sorry. The only car that I think that I would want instead of, the only car that he won in that had more confetti than this in the 2023 season was the Gateway win, which is also another one that I should probably end up getting soon. But this side of the car right here, once again, the exact same, but it works really, really well, honestly. Watching that race live, I seriously thought he was going to run out of gas. Don't know how he didn't run out of gas. He's just incredible at saving fuel. I guess it's like, I know Joey Logano is one of the best at saving fuel nowadays, but this was an incredible fuel-saving win. And to see that giant crash that happened on the final lap and Busch somehow squeeze out of it, that was also really cool. So glad to have this car. I have 2 of the Kyle Busch wins from 2023 in this scale. I don't have the Gateway one. Definitely need to pick that one up. But really, really cool car. glad to have maybe one of Kyle Busch's last wins ever, because he went winless this past year. So hope he wins some more races before he retires, because I love these designs that he's driving at RCR. All right, so let's see what we got here. Still have not gained any likes or subscribers, so that's all right if we do not gain any, because I do have some things I need to do later. But I hope you guys are enjoying the stream so far. So that was the second bonus liked car we've earned today, and now we are going on to the next 164. Let's see with let's go with the Jimmy Johnson one, honestly. Why not? So we're going with another Jimmy Johnson one. I actually have two more Jimmy Johnsons that I'm supposed to show off, but it's the next one right here. Yeah, let me zoom in. Let me focus for you guys. All right, there we go. So this is the 2000 and whoops, I think this is 2000. Yeah, 2015 Jimmy Johnson Lowe's number 48. I want to say red vest. Okay, red vest car. This is a very, very nice car, honestly. I love this car so much, honestly. This is one of the first cars I was collecting when I became a diecast collector many, many years ago. And it is one of my favorite cars I have in my collection, honestly. I love the red base of the Lowe's car, which is something we really don't see at all nowadays. We just gained another subscriber. That is an extra car that will be shown off, and I got another special one that I got planned for today. So thank you to whoever who subscribed, and we will be continuing onward. So the red base for this car is really, really cool, honestly. Love the line. It's not over the top, honestly. This car works perfectly as it is here, and I love the blue. I love how they basically kind of inverted. Or it's not really inversion, but instead of having the normal blue base for the Lowe's car, they tried something different, and it really worked. So special one-offs like this, where they were running a different color for the Lowe's car, is really, really cool. I love the white lines running down the side. It doesn't take up that much, but it still works. Kind of encloses the number 48 logo, or number, I guess you could say. It's not really a logo, but it's really, really cool, honestly. Glad to have it, and Jimmy Johnson is one of my favorite drivers of all time, so to have any kind of merchandise from Jimmy Johnson, one of the best NASCAR drivers of all time, is always really cool. Actually, before I move away from this car, let's keep looking around this car. Love the yellow playoff banners, honestly. It just adds to this. But this is this side of the car. You can see the Cobalt logo in the background right there. Love the 48. Love the number 48 on this car. The font is the white. Honestly, looks a lot better if it was instead if it was like yellow. I think it would have looked a lot worse. So glad they did an incredible job designing this car. I don't know if this car is quite rare. I think it might be, but really, really cool. All right, let's check on chat. Yep, someone just clarifying that he drove the number 42 car. All right. All right, so that was the third of the like cars. Keep liking the stream if you want to see some more 164 cars. I don't know how long we've been live for, but we've been live for 44 minutes. Wow. Okay, let's keep going, guys. Let's keep going. I got two more 164s here, but I got another entire stack that I can just go to if I need to. So, all right. Eeny, meeny, let's go Stenhouse. I'll position the camera to be more so I don't have to hold it up. If you're just tuning in, welcome to the stream. And this is a Diecast subathon. Every single subscriber gained during the stream is an extra diecast that will be shown off, extra 124. I got some cool stories for these cars, so make sure you stick around. And if you like to see some more 164 cars, make sure you hit the like button, because every single like gained during this stream will be an extra 164 shown off. So definitely hit that like button if you haven't already. So next up is, again, this is another kind of a bizarre one, but I guess it's more normal than some of the others. So this is Ricky Stenhouse Jr.'s number 47 Kroger Cottonelle car, I guess is what you could say, that he won the Daytona 500 in. So Ricky Stenhouse Jr., infamously, I guess you could say, won the Daytona 500 in 2023. after a final lap crash happened behind him, where I think it was what's his name, Kyle Larson, who got turned into the wall, and Stenhouse was able to get through unscathed and would go on to win the race barely at the time of caution over Joey Logano, who was the reigning champion at the time and is now the reigning champion now. So this is an incredible car, honestly, to have. And let's start off here on the side. You can already see some of the confetti that's coming down on the car, which is already really cool. I love cars that have confetti on them. But see the blue base right here with the white lines running down the side, the white roof, the dark blue number 47. I think that looks really good. But the left side of the car right here, we got some more lines, like a white and kind of a, looks like another white line right here. A darker blue base with some lighter blue, I guess you could call them stripes down the side right here as well. It looks really, really cool, honestly. It's one of those cars that it kind of looks like a mess when you first look at it, but over time it actually looks a lot better. So it's a really, really cool car, honestly. And we'll look at it from this angle now, from top down. Or if I could try it, let's go to this side actually. So you can see it's kind of the same on this side as well. The dark blue with the light blue stripes, the white, and they could go like this on the roof actually. A little bit easier to see. You see the white roof right there? A darker, looks like a darker blue deck lid area. I guess is what you could call that. Or maybe it's towards the rear bumper. Looks really, really cool. You see the white stripes easier down here as well. From this angle, you can see all the confetti, which I absolutely love confetti cars. Top 10, or easily my favorite cars of all time are the ones that have obsessive amounts of confetti. Actually, I have a special car coming in the mail that has a ton of confetti on it, so you might want to stick around or wait. It's not going to probably be shown during this stream, but definitely in the future you might want to stick around and see how that car looks. So this is a really cool car, and we're going to continue onward. So that was the fourth car of the special ones shown off, and we can still see little cousin Carl right here, so we're just going to put him right there for now. And let's see, do we have any more chats? No, we do not. We don't have any more likes. We do have another subscriber, though, so that will be an extra car. Yeah. Alright, so we're going to continue onward now with our next car, another really random Jimmy Johnson car, actually. So this is our next one right here. So this is the 2012 Jimmy Johnson Lowe's. This is called like the Dover white color, which I'm guessing was driven at Dover. So this is another one of those one-offs I was talking about then when Jimmy Johnson ran one-offs that were even more special than if someone like Kyle Busch was to drive a one-off, because it was something you really didn't see as much. Johnson really drove the same cars designs every single week throughout his entire career. Excuse me. So when things like this happened, it was even more bizarre to see. So this was at what I call the peak era of the COT. I love the COT from 2012, honestly. This is easily one of my favorite cars designs in all of NASCAR history. Easily one of my favorites. So this is the 48 car that he drove, I'm guessing at Dover, because why would it be called Dover White anyways? But this is kind of similar to the 2014 scheme that he drove, where it was the white base with the blue lines as well. It's very, very similar to that car. So they definitely took inspiration from this car and made that scheme as well. So love the Dover white, I guess is what you could call the blue lines. I love how they made the Lowe's logo. Instead of being the normal blue, if I could try and get a good angle of that. Let me see if I can. Don't know if I really can without it looking bad. So let me try. Alright. Yeah, I think that looks good. So instead of having the normal like Lowe's blue logo, they actually made it white with the blue letters instead of the blue base with the white letters. So it looks really, really cool, honestly. Again, there's no empty areas really anywhere on this car. It just is extremely clean, actually. So it's one of those cars that I'm glad to have. It's quite rare, actually, if I remember correctly. It's a quite rare car because it was a one-off during the 2012 season. So definitely cool to have. Love the striped design on the top. It kind of reminds me of like a Camaro or something like that. This is the Impala before they eventually added the Camaro. So really cool to have this. And with that, we're on to the next 124. So if you're just joining the stream, welcome. I hope you're having a wonderful day so far. And this is a subathon of diecast reviews. Every like gained will be a 164 shown off, like Cousin Carl, as we've seen here. Or it will be every subscriber gained will be another 124 diecast shown off. So this stream, I think we've gained 3 subscribers so far. So I've shown off one. Let's go to the next one, actually. So this one I already have out of the box, but yet it is another special one, actually. So we're going to go to this next one right here. All right. Let me reposition the camera so you guys can see it a little better. All right. So this one is actually in a case because it is displayed. But this is Richard Petty's, what year is this? I genuinely don't know what year this is, but this is one of the races where, or this is his 200th win, that's right. This might be 1984, I want to say. This is, I think, Richard Petty's 1984 Daytona 500 winning car that he drove in front of the president at the time, Ronald Reagan. So let's take a look at this absolute beauty. Oh yeah, before I show off the car, this is in a special edition. This is in the liquid color, like, finish. So it is a really, really cool car to have. And honestly, it is it's one of the few cars I have that is quite rare. This is only one of, I want to say, 100 that were made in total. So let's see what we got. This is, as we can see already, the dark blue absolutely stands out on this car. That's the color chrome working, or is it liquid color? It might be liquid color, but I don't know. But that is honestly one of the key points about this car that I love about it, is that it really stands out when the light hits it. This is, the dark blue looks really, really good compared to the normal Petty blue. I get that the Petty blue looks good already, but something about blue in these special finishes looks absolutely incredible by itself. So, see right here, I don't know what color of this it's like a reddish orange, I guess you could call it that, but the iconic number 43 font, the STP logo on the front, and then the STP like circle around, or oval I guess, around the number 43 on the roof is also really, really cool. The white Goodyear lettering tires is really, really cool as well. Just, it looks like, you can see kind of like the dust and grime that's been on this car as well right there. It looks really, really good, honestly. Something else I love is all of the contingencies on this car looks really, really cool as well, as it just fills in all of that space. I love how they put sponsors anywhere that they could on this car. Now the bumper area of this car, let me focus in for you guys. Alright, there we go. So you can see some of the, once again, the dust and like dirt that's been kicked up onto this car. And this side of the car technically has the most detail. So this is the right area of the car. You can see still that dark blue liquid color. And the tire mark right here is also really, really cool. Glad that they included that onto this car. It just makes it extra authentic to the real car that ran and was technically one of the most famous wins in NASCAR history. One of the most remembered. Technically one of the most theorized about. People really like to have theories about that race. But overall, what a nice looking car to have. It's such a nice looking car to where it completely justifies, honestly, the original version, even in this special liquid color. So, don't think you can get these. I don't think you can get them other than through a third-party source. But I would definitely recommend getting the original version if you haven't, because it is just that good looking. So, this one has a very, very special place in my collection. But actually, before I take this car off, let me try and open up the hood to show you guys what's in here. It's kind of hard to do on these older cars, but there we go. All right. Let me guys zoom in right there. There we go. All right. So you can see right here, we got some of the, oh my gosh. Sorry about that. All right. You see right here, we got some of the engine detail. Oh my goodness. I keep hitting it. All right. I'm just going to hold it like this. There we go. So you can see some of the engine detail right there. It looks really good. We just gained another subscriber. That is another car that will be shown off on stream, which I will get to right after I'm done showing off this engine area, which looks pretty good, honestly. I wish there was a little bit more detail, but I don't think that's how it exactly looked. I feel like there was more detail back then than how it looks here. But really, really cool car. We're going on to the next thing. All right. So we'll just leave that right there. And move on to the next car, which, where are we at right now? Still at 6 likes. We've been stuck at 6 likes for a long time now. You know what? I'll put a goal. Why not? We'll just go with that. Alright, I just set a goal because why not, honestly, at this point. Because I don't know how long this stream's honestly going to go because nobody's really here, and I don't think we've seen really that much traction in a long time. So, what have we got next? We got another 124 to show off. I still have technically, what? I still have like 3 more. Wow, this is going to take a while. Alright, next up is another special Kyle Larson car here. Or I just gave it away, but we already shown off another Kyle Larson. This one goes more recent, 4 years later, and it is even cooler, honestly. It's from the 2022 season. Let me try and position so where you guys can see a little bit more. Alright, there, that's a little better. Alright, so this is Kyle Larson's 2022 Hendrick Cars next gen, I guess you could call it, in a color chrome finish. So I got this way earlier this year at my birthday. It was a really, really cool car, honestly. It was on sale as well. So this is the first year of the next gen on one of the most dominant cars of the 2021 season, Kyle Larson. And honestly, they did a great job integrating this car onto the next gen body, or this iconic Ricky Hendrick car onto the next gen body. I'm going to put Carl Edwards back there because he deserves to be here on the screen. Haven't seen anything in the chat. All right. Going on to, let's open this thing up. This is one of the things I really don't like about the 2022 cars, is that it's kind of a bummer to open these up because of these weird boxes. I don't know why they designed it like this, but these cars are quite cool, honestly, and I love the next gens. They look really, really cool. Wish they had more detail, though. I think there's some things up under here. It's nothing really, it's like a return notice and stuff like that, but this is the main thing that we all came here for. It's all the diecast. So this is the Larson car, and actually the wheels feel really, really loose. Why is that? That is weird. It feels like really, really loose. I don't think it's really anything to be concerned about, but it's weird, really weird. So this is the Larson's number 5 that he drove in 2022. A really, really nice car. It can't get over how those wheels are moving like that. Oh well. The color chrome on this thing makes it look so much better, honestly. Dark blue and color chrome is one of the best things that you can honestly get. It looks that good. So you see the dark blue with the red line, the red and white stripes running down the side. It just really works, honestly. I wish there was some more things. I think they did add some things here in the future, but I wish there was more sponsor placement or designs that would fill up that area, but can't really do anything about that. This was the first year of the next gen, so they were just kind of learning with how this car was going to look and how they could play around with it and try and figure out, but this was the year Larson, I think, secured 3 wins, 2 of which were in this design. and it is a very, very class act look. Honestly, it is one of the best looking cars on track each and every week. It will be one of NASCAR's most iconic cars easily, but it's just that good, honestly. We start here on the hood with the iconic Hendrick Cars logo. It's kind of high. I guess it's in the middle, but wish it was a tad bit lower, honestly, because it kind of seems like it's a little too high, but it's just kind of a minor picky thing, kind of. So go here to the side. The Hendrick Cars number 5. They did a really good job of covering most of this area up. Honestly, wish they put a little bit more right here on this, like above the. I guess you could call it side skirt area, but it looks just extremely good. Honestly, the color chrome just adds to this. Honestly, that's the main reason why I bought this car is because of the color chrome. It just looks that good. So I noticed it's a little bit crooked. Let's see. There, that's a little better. All right. So the color chrome is really good on this thing. Just the iconic paint scheme was perfectly integrated onto this car. It's so shiny, and once I get a case, once again, I've mentioned this before, but once I get a case, this thing is definitely going in there because it would be one of the many good-looking cars that would shine in the light and would be a perfect ideal addition to my collection. So. Also, Larson is one of my favorite drivers, so he used to be my ultimate favorite, but he's done some things this year that have kind of made me look iffy about it. Look iffy about him recently. Like one of them was just some things that can't really be explained based on track, or I guess you can. Like he kind of gets too aggressive sometimes, but let's see what we got here. Do you have Chase Elliott? I do actually have a Chase Elliott diecast, but for now, I think I'm going to take a little break, a quick be right back. So I'm going to go get some water, and I will leave you guys with some cool, I guess they could call it some clips of a video I recently made. So you'll see here entertained, and I'll be right back in a few minutes and after getting some water. So hang tight. Alright, I just got something in the mail right now, actually. I gotta show you guys this. This just came in right now as we're speaking. So, welcome everyone back to the stream if you're still here. But I just got a package in the mail. Whoops. Alright. This will count towards technically all the diecasts that I will be showing off. This is a very special package that I ordered from Lionel Racing. This will be the first time I'm opening this on stream, and it is brand new, just recently ordered. So let's check this bad boy out. This is that car I was talking about earlier that I didn't know if I would be getting on stream or not, but it looks like it has definitely arrived. So you can see it's still covered in all the paper. And this is what it is. This is Joey Logano's 2022 Ford Mustang Phoenix Win Elite Edition. I have wanted this car for a while, and I have finally gotten it. And this makes it all work. Just makes it even better, honestly. So if you're still here, make sure you like and subscribe. Every single like is an additional car that I will be showing off on stream. So this is I want to say second to last 124 that I'll be showing on stream. So let's go ahead and I will show you guys what this car looks like. So just push out. No, wait, that's weird. Okay, hold on. Whoa. That's how this works. That's really weird that they included this on there, but this is actually the real packaging right here. So let's open this thing up, see what we got. This is one of 480 that have been made in total. Yeah, as you can already see, I told you I love confetti cars, and this is another one. This is the Logano car from the 2022 championship season. This is the Phoenix Win. And it is absolutely beautiful. We got some paper under here that is like... Here's the win card. Let's start off with the win card, actually. So... Yeah, things falling everywhere. Wow. I have them all. I have the cards I've already shown off stacked on the side. So that's what that noise is. So I'll put this over here. And this is the win card right here for Joey Logano. This was the 2022 Phoenix race winner and champion of 2022. See him, there's him holding a diecast right there of his own car. But he started in first, led 187 laps, so over half of the race, won by 0.3 of a second over second place. I think actually second place Ryan Blaney. So really, really cool car, honestly. It is an absolute beauty. I love this Logano car, honestly. It is one of the best looking cars in all of NASCAR. You can say whatever you want about the driver, but you gotta admit that this is a very, very nice car. Let me check the DIN real quick. That's like right here. Wow, DIN 42. That's actually quite low. Almost 22, but 2 digits off the first number. But it's a really, really cool scheme nevertheless. So, love the confetti on this car. It just looks so great, honestly. I love all the different colored confetti. I think they learned, honestly, from last year that they shouldn't be using an excessive amount of confetti. That's why Logano's car this year won't have that much confetti on it in the race win version. But love the yellow base with the red numbers, the red shell, the Pennzoil logo looking all big. They've filled in all of this area perfectly. This is how you're supposed to do it, honestly. This is an incredible looking car, and it is easily just so great. Look at all the confetti right there. That's just so cool, honestly, to look at. All the confetti that's running down the side right here, on the windows, on the rear window, on the roof. Just so great. Easily one of my favorite cars in my entire collection that I've just received right now. This is one of the championship cars that I now have. The rear does open because this is an elite, so it does function properly, which is pretty cool. That felt weird. Yeah, that's good. All right. What a nice looking car. I honestly definitely going to keep this car in my collection. So, really, really nice car. And with that, do I have anything else to share? Um, you know what? I think that's actually going to be the end of the stream today. So, I think I got some other things I need to do. I've shown off a lot of bonus diecast, and we're gonna end it off looking at the Logano car once again. I want to thank you all so much for tuning in. Thank you all for joining me on this great diecast review, and I'll see you all in the next diecast live stream. Take care.